Sunshine, wild ones. It's Bernadette. I'm here with your pick a card tarot reading for Friday, March 5th, 2021. Woo, doggies, y'all. This is going to be a reading. And I say that very literally because the dog, the ever faithful, ever loyal, unconditional, love-giving dog has shown up for us today. And before we get into it, because this is going to be a reading like you have never, ever, ever heard. Like, even me, I've never heard it. It's crazy. I want to remind you that my Kickstarter begins for the new book, the Complete Guide to Spirit, Totem, and Power Animals, 700 pages, 300 animals, the most in-depth descriptions and meanings and symbolism for all of these animals as Spirit, Totem, and Power Animals. And lots of other information that's going to get you in such a deep, deep, deep relationship with nature, with the animal kingdom. You've never seen anything like that either. So April 1st, I'm going to remind you guys every video. And also, yay! The forums are open. Woo, 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 woo. We did a soft opening a couple nights ago. And thank you to those who snuck in there, who've been stalking us. And thank you for your infinite patience. It was not quite as easy as I thought it was going to be, but we're good now. And gatheringofmystics.com, that's where I'll be hanging out during the days, Monday through Friday, a little bit through the weekends, answering questions, helping you all with your psychic abilities, your mediumship abilities. If you have business questions, if you want to talk about tarot, crystals, auras, all of that kind of thing, I'm your girl. Those are your forums. And I'll introduce you now because you'll meet this person, Grasshopper, who is my head forum moderator. So you'll get to know this person as we go along. And that's where you guys can share your stories, you know, in a sacred private space, in a very, very safe space. Pictures, oh, we love pictures, videos, you know, come there and share it all. Let's let's build this community of really tapped in metaphysicians and support each other, and it's going to be fantastic. So I will see you at gatheringofmystics.com. Let me get back to the reading. Okay, so I don't know if you might have seen the reading, you might not have, but a week ago or 2 weeks ago, whenever it was, Spirit, I've been just using my cards from the Ark, from my deck, the Ark Animal Tarot and Oracle deck, and there's 149 animals in there, right? But there are zillions of animals in the world. And so Spirit told me one day, you know, listen, we're going to have to transcend just what's in the Ark, just, you know, in fairness to the animal kingdom. And I was like, cool, I'm down with that. And so that one day, Spirit sent me a white swan instead of a black swan. And it was all about white swan energy as you know, as different than the black swan energy. So this time when I pulled dog, I was instantly given this vision of a bunch of German shepherds running around. And I was like, really, Spirit? Okay, Friday is the throat chakra day, but it's also the planet ruled by Venus. You know, the ruling planet is Venus, which is all about love, right? And Fridays really are with the Venus influence, and you know, it's just about spending time with those you love, spending time with yourself, loving yourself. And I was like, do they really need this message again? First of all, yes, you can never, ever get too many love messages, right? But this time with the German Shepherds, I happen to know a fair amount about German Shepherds because I actually would like to have one. And I grew up around a person who had a lot of them. And they're just amazing animals. And so what I was guided to share with you all today about German Shepherds, dogs, yes, but German Shepherds, they're kind of that next level of the love message. And here's why. So it did start in Germany. There was a fellow, von something, and he happened to go to a dog show or something like that, a dog show. And he spotted a dog that was a German Shepherd, and it had a completely different name, and he just really was taken by this dog. And so he got the dog, and all of a sudden, he coined the term German Shepherd. And he started breeding them, and he started having a club. Well, the German Shepherd that we know today is considered one of the top 3 smartest dogs in the world. And you know, I'm sure German Shepherd people know this history. You may not, but it is, man, when I tell you this message hit my heart chakra, I was like, throat chakra, throat schmakra, whatevs. We're gonna live in our heart today. But then we're gonna bring all of that the kind of love that the animal allies are telling me to share with you all today. We're going to bring that love up out of our heart through our throat chakra, and we're just gonna sing it loud, sing it strong, sing it all weekend long, right? So don't worry that it's not good enough. I'm obsessed with Karen Carpenter, just so you know. So during World War II, World War I, can't remember which World War it was, but German Shepherds were used as mercy dogs. And they were sent in to bring supplies, bring medicine, bring food to the wounded. And they were also trained to sit by those that somehow they knew, or whoever else in the squadron, platoon, troop, whatever, knew was a mortally injured person, whether they were in the field or they had already been brought back to one of the triage places or whatever. And they were taught to sit with them until they passed over. Whew. There go the waterworks. Woo, Lordy. For those of you that work in hospice care, for those of you that are healers, for those of you that have sat by the bedside of dying members of family and friends, you know what a comfort it is to them to have somebody there in their time of need. And since all those folks were away from their families and their friends, could there have been a better angel, which is why I have my little turquoise angel wings on today. Could there have been a better angel to sit by their bedside and have mercy on them and watch over them, during that time and when they were scared and they were injured? So part of the love that you're being called to consider today is, do you have a part of you that is dying and you're afraid? You're afraid to let it go. You're afraid to bless it and just let it move out of you. Do you have a school of thought that you're wishing, would just die within you? Maybe you come from an abuse background. Maybe you've got confidence and self-love things that you're working through. Any of those kind of things that are anything that's not, I'm going confidently. I'm really obsessed right now with this phrase, go confidently towards your dreams, from Thoreau. I keep hearing it like a mantra in my head the last couple of weeks. And I think I included it in the newsletter this morning. But it's like, it's time to go confidently and let any kind of fear die, but be a shepherd to it. Be a mercy dog to that fear, to that negativity, because it did you good. You may not feel that way, but in time you might, as you walk your spiritual path, you very well might feel like you were very blessed to have that experience, everything you learned, everything you gained working through it. And then when you come out on the other side, gosh, who knows? You might be another version of a German Shepherd, which is actually the shepherd. So as you might imagine, to Americans and a lot of the world at large, the folks that were in the war, they came to know, and that's on both sides, right? That's on the Allies' sides, and then on Germany's sides, they came to know German Shepherd. But as you might imagine, the name German Shepherd, that was not very well received. So eventually, folks that were in that community that understood the dog and understood just how amazing these dogs are, the German Shepherds are, they just started calling them shepherds. And based on all the mercy work that they did during the war, that makes perfect sense. And really, what is a dog other than a shepherd? I mean, they're dogs, dog is a spirit, totem, and power animal. Its symbolism and meaning is all wrapped up in protection and loyalty and unconditional love and truth and honor. And wow, holy cow. Oh my God, sorry. It's like, like when you eat something too cold and you get that, or something too tart or too sweet or too whatever. I've got that running through the right side of my face right now. It's about honor, and it is about shepherding. And when you're a shepherd, it is incumbent upon you, if you accept that role, it is incumbent upon you to protect whatever it is that you're called to protect, and that can mean yourself. Now, there's a lot going on in the world about all of the things that shall not be mentioned. Although I do want to mention, speaking of dogs, to you, Mr. Texas, who left your little one while you jetted off to somewhere, and I never, ever, ever talk about politics. Okay, just know karma's a real thing. That's all I want to say. And that's all I want to be said. Y'all, please don't turn the thread into, if you know what I'm talking about, don't turn the thread into that. But as we're talking about dogs, woo, that's when you see my face change. I'm like, because that'd be me if I ever saw him. So, and we may not have the whole story, but really, okay. So all of that said, there is a call for you to be a shepherd, but with honor. Because when I spoke that word, when it was sent through me, my whole everything just lit up. So everybody's got a different version of being honorable, but it's real tough to have so many different versions of honorable if it does always come from a place of love. And again, that's love and the conversation about the many kinds of love and the this love and the that love. Well, that's a 14-hour video if it's an hour, right? And we will talk about that one day. We can talk about it on the forums, gatheringofmystics.com, because really everything is seeded and starts with, and when I say seeded, I actually mean seeded, S-E-E-D-E-D, and I also mean seated, S-E-A-T-E-D. And if you just can always figure out how to come from that place, it would be awesome. So for instance, had a little bit of a blood pressure spike because the prednisone I'm on. If you guys that have autoimmune and other things, you understand the pred drama, right? And I've successfully avoided having any blood pressure drama with it for 2 years now. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. But it spiked, and I called my doctor, and the gal that is her, who is not a shepherd but is her assistant, she got me in for yesterday morning. So I was running, like 10 minutes behind. I called him and let him know this person's been my doctor for forever and a day. And I got there 10 minutes late, and here's what happened. You missed your appointment. You need to go up to the front desk. Like I'm 9 and being sent to the principal. And I thought, well, that's some kind of communication skills. Okay. So I go up to the front desk, and anyway, there was a kerfuffle because whatever was going on in that office, and it was no good juju, that's for dang sure. And it wasn't because of me. It was the minute I hit that wall of that office, I couldn't breathe. I was like, I am swimming in pea soup. I gotta go outside. So there was a kerfuffle, and I thought about it for a minute, and I thought, well, do I want to go all triple Scorpio, or do I just want to let it roll off my back? And literally, I was told by the animal allies, look, maybe you're the one to get this straight, so the rest of the people coming after you, they can check themselves, get right with God, and, it could be a better experience. And I thought, well, all right, that's not mine. Okay. So gently I said something. I was like, listen, I understand I'm running behind, but I've never, ever been late in all the years I've been this doctor's patient. And I said, and here's the story. This is what my blood pressure was. This is what's going on. And and you missed your appointment. You're just going to have to come back another time. Young lady. And that's how it started. So at that moment, until the reading this morning, I just thought I was being fussy and not coming from a place of love, right? Even though it could have been considered love, that I loved all the people that were coming behind me, maybe I could do something to affect a change, right? So the other people didn't have to get, talked to, scolded like they were 7 or 9 or whatever. Just really insulting. And, I could have let it roll off my back because I don't really care about that kind of stuff. But this is the thing. Here's where my personal story comes into this whole reading about German shepherds and being a shepherd and being a person of mercy. When coming from a Jewish background, I am all too aware and I am all too schooled on Germany of that time, the Holocaust, the whole 9 yards. Believe me, I get it. And okay. And it's, other cultures think that about Americans, and lots of people think that about people of different genders and race and colors and educational backgrounds and this and that. Who cares? Get over it. Now, I don't ever preach. Even though Sundays are fixing to be, Sunday ceremony, the benediction, I don't ever preach. But honestly, y'all, today is the day to heal those ancestral wounds. Get over it. Be an angel of mercy. Be a shepherd of mercy. And it's almost like you're being called. It's going to be easy. Well, actually, it wouldn't be easy if there's somebody in your family that you've got these, politics, religion, whatever, these dividing lines with. Okay, okay. And only you can determine if being the angel of mercy with them is worth it for you. Do you want to do it? Is that who you're being called to repair things with? To stop the kerfuffle? Are you being called to stop snapping and snarling at them? Or are you being called to have the confidence to move towards your dreams, which is this? Are they the ones that have been snapping and snorting at you, barking at you, and you've let it roll off your back for too long and you're starting to feel weak or controlled or bullied, because you're a wild one and we'll have none of that. Remember, your birthright is to be wild and free. Period. End of story. So again, another preachy thing, but I'm not apologizing for it because it's true. So maybe that's it. Maybe it's time for you to snap a little bit back, nip at their heels a little bit and go, listen, I'm not weak and I'm not afraid. I just don't want to be part of your tomfoolery, right? I just don't, but I know. So let's not mistake me for somebody that I'm not. Or maybe you are being called, see, I really get heated up when the messages just get so strong. Maybe you're being called again to sit with yourself or sit with someone else until some part of them dies or passes over. And that can, again, it doesn't have to be physical, though it can be. It could be something mental. It could be something emotional. I've got a friend right now. I swear, if I could take this person's pain away, I would take it on as myself. This person is experiencing such excruciating loss that, and they are facing their end of life. And I try every day to take it away from them. I truly do. I would shoulder it myself. They're not equipped for it, and they don't have the support system for it. So that said, I was told at the beginning, dog is who's shown up for us today, but it was going to be very different. It was going to focus, the German Shepherds were brought to me, their history was brought back to my awareness, and those very specific keywords, angel of mercy, honor, and shepherd. So angel of mercy, honor, and shepherd, that's who you're being called to be today. And it's, listen, it's not a bad practice to put into practice for the rest of your life, right? Though some days are going to be easier than others. So I hope that was helpful. I just want you to know I'm so proud of you all, and I'm so grateful for you, because I know that you're already angels of mercy. I know you're already shepherds in your own right. I know you have great honor. And now working with German Shepherd, you're going to elevate that even more. And what you're doing for this world, great googly moogly, or woo doggies, right? So have a great weekend. I will see you on Saturday and Sunday. Remember, please, gatheringofmystics.com is open. Come play with us over there. Come learn, come grow, come get healing, come get support, come get whatever you want. And pick up your copy of my Arcanimal Tarot and Oracle deck, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and as always, do good for animals and stay wild.